Hi, I'm Heather here with Team Masterminds. For our final presentation through this course, I want to sum up our idea, the voting machine, and discuss how we want to implement this into the market and the whole thought process that went into this whole project. Masterminds is a group of inspired individuals who wanted to enhance the American voting system with our new generation, the voting machine. We're individuals that wanted to believe in the American system of voting and wish to have greater confidence in the electoral ballot process. Masterminds are going to create a future that will secure individuals' votes anonymously and accurately. Our system combines the benefits of electronic touch screens and the creation of a verifiable paper trail. From our investors, we will need a startup funds for the software and hardware component to produce our prototype. The purpose of creating the new voting method by using modern technology is to make the voting process more effective, more efficient, and to attract more people to vote. We assume that as more and more companies operate using newer forms of technology, more things in people's daily lives will utilize technology that is more modern. Companies are transitioning from old methods to now using technology, and it is assuming that the government would also want to transition from using paper-only ballots to using modernized technologies, such as our concept of an advanced ATM approach that will be more effective and more efficient. Hopefully avoid what happened in Florida. In a world run on technology, a system of using paper-only ballots to vote could soon be very ancient. Our product of using an ATM-like machine would modernize the voting process and would make counting votes more effective and more efficient. Not only would modernizing the voting process make counting votes more efficient, it would also draw younger voters to want to vote as well. The new process could be in conjunction with celebrity-sponsored commercials to get more people to vote, to realize that the government is enhancing the process, is becoming more technology savvy. The customer base that our product directs to would be the local state governments. The government could use our voting process for local and national elections. Annual volumes would be dependent on how the machines are in use, whether they are used locally or nationally, and our services needed in order to run these machines. We would need enough employees to be able to train government officials and volunteers in running these machines. The region is all over the United States. This product will most efficient for the major cities and where many people would be voting at the same time. The product could also go mobile and could travel all over the United States to inspire your new voters. How will Masterminds reach this market? Are we going to be broadcasting, advertising, utilize inside sales? Make sure that we have both the financial means and infrastructure to support a means for us to market our product so people know how we're going to enhance the voting process. Masterminds will reach the designated market by directly selling to the government and selling them on the idea of why they need to expand the current voting process to meet modern technology needs. Once the government or investors agree to the purchase, our product and put into effect, we would broadcast, advertise by use of the internet, commercials across the United States to encourage people to vote. People are always looking for a faster way to do things, and our product allows them to complete the voting process in a more efficient period by walking people through each step and being very user-friendly. Money is to go into advertising would come from potential investors. Problem areas that we see, one of the problem areas that Masterminds would have to overcome to get our product up and running would be the startup funds. There would need to be a prototype made to be able to make sure it is functioning correctly before the idea can even be brought up to the government. For the startup funds, we would need to get potential investors behind our product. From the profit, we would be dependent on sales off the machines and services given. Our operational costs, what is the cost justifiable for our customer and why would they be willing to pay for that before our services? The local state governments are our main customers, and cost would be a large factor of whether they could afford to move forward with the mastermind services. Our services allow the voting process to be more effective and efficient and would be the main justification for the government to purchase our product. Not only do we modernize the voting process, but also there would be a traceable system set up for paper ballots that would allow an accurate recount if there should be any discrepancies. It is likely that the electronic results would replace existing polls and paper ballots considered the official counts. As far as advertising in the early stages of Mastermind, advertising may not be as crucial. The main customer for our product would be the government. Instead of advertising to consumers, we would need to come up with a market plan directed to our governments. Once the governments are on board and the product purchase is secured, advertising will direct to all consumers to get more people involved in voting. People received from investors will go towards software development, hardware design, and our advertisements to the public. We would also aim to work with different celebrities in their campaigns to get youth to vote and highlight our modern technology as a way to encourage them as well. Through this course, our team has utilized multiple resources to think about ideas. We started out, and I'm going to pull up a couple of spreadsheets. First of all, we had to create a storyboard that would tell the story of what we wanted to do, and also helps us to think about all aspects. Take a look. So this is ideally, I hope that you can see it, as a storyboard where we talked about problems, opportunities, technology, and product, customer, clients, operations, alliances, management team, and advisors, and financials. We discussed this as a group. We laid out all the concepts of how we would want to set up the business, who we want to target as our customer. Through our storyboard, we then moved on to, our technology roadmap, which is a very interesting spreadsheet. It gives us a timeline of items that we want to hit, but it's kind of like taking little Post-its, posting them all over, and connecting the dots of what Post-it note's going to affect another Post-it note. And it gave us the timelines. As you can see here, again, I hope I have this aligned right. My apologies if I do not. We discussed research and development, technologies, product and services, how one another are going to interact, what areas that we need to think about in order to make a quality product, a serviceable product for the government. The end result is we really do not want to have Florida Bush and Gore year happen again, where we had to wait 3 months. It's a frustrating process for the public, for the government. It doesn't speak volumes about America, about how strong we are. From there, we had our financial assumption models. We talked about domestic sales, our product categories, an essential element to mandate government processes. Our target market will have to purchase voting machines from somewhere. Mastermind aims to be the preferred supplier. We talked about foreign sales. The purchasing assumption applied to domestic clients applies to foreign markets. The two are not the same, and entry to each foreign market will have to be treated on a case-by-case basis. We talked about expenses, cost of goods. The majority of our cost will be in building the actual machine in the beginning of the first 5-year span. We hope within the first 3, after the 3rd year, that we become a lot more profitable, and we can put a lot more money into research and development. We talked about when the base of the software code is completed, the annual updates will cost significantly less. If Masterminds can secure a JIT supply chain arrangement, the cost of the production of the voting machine should also decline. We talked about marketing, sales, research and development, general administrations. We went through a balance sheet, a cash and equivalents, assuming Masterminds will secure its goal of $800,000 investment. This represents our projected reserve of cash. All these items that we worked on throughout this course have created a thought process for us in order to have a successful product for the market and be competitive and create jobs for America. Thank you, and thank you for the class, and thank you for all that we've learned. Bye.